Think it's time we rise up, people. It's time's up, people. You can talk all you want, but it won't change a thing. I wanna know what you do.
I see some of our city councilors that are standing in solidarity with us today. Councilor Madison, Bobby Williams, Kat Workman, we're so grateful for you guys being here. Thank you. Oftentimes with elections, so frequently we only think about the presidential election and those people who are our federal delegation, and that is of critical importance. Like, I don't want to in any way, shape, or form undermine that. That's important. But our local elections really, really matter too. And our city council needs to go in a more progressive direction. And with that, we have some of those progressive city councilors here today, and we want to give them more support by electing my fellow progressive mom, Jodi Newell, to the Keene City Council. Let's introduce her.
Go Jodi! Go Queen!
Hello all. Wow, it's actually at my height. That's amazing. My name's Jodi Newell, and if you talk to me for basically any amount of time, you'll know that I'm a mom. I harp on my kids. It's understandable, right? It is what it is, because my life is basically revolves around my children for the last 13 years. That's what being a mom is, right? Interesting to note, though, what I didn't realize was that being a mom opens you up to a level of scrutiny and judgment that I was not aware of before that. I often tell the story of how I moved to Keene, and essential to that story is the lack of side-eye that I got from other people around me, from my kids and I. Because I'm walking around with two really rambunctious little boys, doing what rambunctious little boys do. And but for some reason, everybody wanted to make up their mind about what I should do, right? Over the years, even well-intentioned individuals sometimes couldn't understand why I made the choices I did, and that's understandable because they're not me, and they're not in my situation. Yet, here we are, seeing what I would argue is the single most life-altering decision being taken away from us, our own judgment being overridden and undermined by people who intentionally distance themselves from the problem and posing understandably inappropriate and downright reckless attempt at solutions. Last week, we saw one of the last European states remove their ban on abortion. 77% of the voting public came out to support a woman's reproductive right to choose. If we were to do the same thing here, the numbers would be fairly similar, because across the nation, the vast majority of people support a woman's right to choose. Yet somehow, a handful of powerful characters can upend decades of progress to make judgments about and decisions for the rest of us. We know, though, that all too often, even staunch anti-choice advocates don't believe in this policy for themselves, right? They don't believe in this policy for themselves because, after all, if you're in that situation, it's a lot easier for you to understand that the circumstances of your situation merit an exception to this rule. And at the end of the day, what it seems to me is that it's pretty simple. Are we going to support women? Are we going to trust women to make their own decisions? Are we going to believe women? Or are we going to judge, restrict, and condemn them? I think you know where I stand, and I appreciate all y'all for being here.
Our hearts are so filled that this is our community, that we have such an amazing, progressive community, and we're going to continue to fight until all of us are free. We are connected to each other, and just like oppression is intersectional, so is liberation. And so thank you all for every single one of our speakers. This fight will continue. Woo!
Nice to see you, Larry.